questions.
At the 7:32 mark of the third quarter, you took all your starters out. What prompted that decision?
Lack of rebounding. Just not really getting after the boards there. And it was a little, and jogging a little bit just got me a little frustrated. And I think they responded once they got back in and they played a lot better. I thought that's not anything that I really want to do, but I also know that we have really good people on the bench that can go in. So it's not like I was doing it to make a point like, oh, I'm putting in these players. All of our players can play.
It seemed like you even got a boost almost like every single player you put in. Lily had some blocks. Tiana hit a 3 instantly, and Jacayla got a bucket. It seemed like that gave you guys a boost.
Yeah, and I think if you notice, the people that came out of the game were on the bench like going nuts for the people that were in the game. And that's indicative of what a great team does. They support each other.
This is the first time, stepping forward with this group as a unit against an opponent. You drew an opponent that had a whole lot of experience playing together. Kind of in the first half, just what was that kind of forging with your team, knowing that you were facing a team that had played a lot of minutes together, and how did you kind of see the chemistry develop against a different opponent?
Yeah, I think the first half, our chemistry wasn't quite there. But I think as a coaching staff, we really didn't want to panic about it. I mean, I thought it was eventually going to click and happen. It was just, for me, it was like not watching our team play the way our team can play. So I was glad to get, a win, and now we have a lot of things to grow from. And I think, first games are always hard when you have a new group together and they want to go out and do so well. And sometimes that extra added pressure just makes shots not fall. And then when shots don't fall, and somehow we did have the worst bounces of rebounds there for a few plays that, just made our, maybe our confidence got just a touch shook for a second, but I thought they bounced back well and they found a way to finish it.
Andrea, you got to the line the same amount as Tate during the second half specifically, but you both have 12 points in that second half of the comeback. Just what was it about getting to the line and being able to draw the contact in the second half?
I feel like our shots were falling, so I feel like being aggressive the whole entire time, even though the paint was packed. I feel like that was more important to get those easy buckets and get those easy points.
Yeah, kind of same idea.
Yeah, like in the first half, we made I think maybe 1 3. So the second half we noticed we can shoot threes, but they're giving it to us. So we might as well do something that they're not giving to us, and we just attacked them.
This question is for all of you. I know there's a new offense. How did you think it worked today?
When we got into it, it worked really well. We didn't really when we got into it, I thought it worked really well.
I agree.
And then for Tay and Dre, I noticed the hype video song is Kendrick Lamar's DNA. It says, I got loyalty in my DNA. I know a lot of players have left the program. Is this something you guys are sort of embracing, this loyalty?
Yes. I think it's basketball. It's all job. It's all this stuff. So it's just people come and go, but it's loyalty is a thing that we do have for the team. I've been here for 3 years and I have stuck by this team.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's a business, and Coach Mack, she recruited me when I had nothing, so I'm going to show loyalty to her to them.
And what do you like most about some of the new pieces, Taya and Jacayla?
I feel like they're eager. I feel like they're coming here to bring new energy and just new things to the program.
And I also feel like we have players that no one is really expecting a lot from. So I feel like it's going to really surprise a lot of people what they can do.
Coach, 5 turnovers offensively. 220 by Holy Cross for a first game that I'm sure has to make you happy. But what did you kind of notice?
I think part of how we won the game is that we didn't overly foul them, and we limited our turnovers. And thank goodness we had those 2 stats playing in our favor, because the rebounding stat was a killer. But I do think I'm so with Tay on the fact that I don't think anybody really got to see what our team is made of today, which is probably good for scouting purposes. Kind of excites me, because I think that these guys have so much more in their bag, in their tank, you name it. They have a lot more to show. And I think this is a team that, when you say loyalty, for me, it's more, they all have something to prove. They really want to be good. And they're a pretty selfless group that just wants to be good together. And, I think that's loyalty to each other, and I definitely think they have that.